What you got on your heart, Sean? Hey. Whoa. Say, I was sinking deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore. Very deeply stained within. I was sinking to rise no more. But the master of the sea, he heard my despairing cry. From the water, lifted me. Anybody know from after a while, after a while, I know deliverance is gonna come. But Jesus will fix it in the end. I'll say it one more time. It's alright. Whatever you say about me, I'm going on and do my very best. After a while, after a while, I know deliverance is gonna come, but Jesus said he'll fix it in the end. Listen, the race is a given to the swift. No, the battle is given to the strong, but to the one that holds out and keep my God in command. I know Jesus said he will fix it. Yes, he will. Sometimes I get all by myself and I say, it's alright. It's alright. No matter what you're going through, it's alright. I'm a living witness to bring you through. Yeah. I know. It's alright. When it's all over down here, Jesus said he will fix it. Yes, he will. I know. Jesus will fix it. Oh, I know Jesus, yes. Jesus will fix it. Just like it did for old man Dan. Jesus will fix it. Just like it did for Paul and Silas. Jesus will fix it. What about the woman that had an issue of blood? Jesus will fix it. Said if she could just touch the hem, Jesus will fix it. I know Jesus said he will fix it. Oh, we believe.
Hey everyone, this is your girl, Boss Lady. Hey everybody that's in here. Hey, country, what's up, bro? DL, let me tell you, you cut up something bad today. That's all I'm going. That's all I'm going to say to you, DL, that you cut up something serious today, and I am ashamed to call you my brother, but I still love you anyway. Hey, Tanya Perry. Hey, everybody, y'all do me a favor. Please share this live. We're going to have an interesting show on tonight. If you was on last night, if you was on last night, we talked to Tammy Edwards and the Edwards sisters. I kept calling them the singers, and I don't know why, but y'all pray my strength to the Lord. Um, yeah. DL, you was horrible today. You was horrible with the filter on zero. Yeah, I just want to let you know that. But yesterday we had a great show. We talked to Tammy Edwards and the Edwards sisters, and it was really, really very informational. What I really expected, it was really cool. Got to know them a little bit better, and it was yeah. So if you after you watch the show, go ahead and watch the show from last night. But tonight I do have the pleasure and the honor of really, this is the first time I ever met him. Okay, so let me say that. Usually, people that I have on my show, I have met them before or seen them perform or minister before, but I cannot say that this time. So, every question I ask is going to be because I don't know. And it's cool and it's okay. I have been in contact with him, I have spoken to him, but I've never had the honor of meeting him one on one or actually been able to be in Baltimore because that's where he's coming from, is the Baltimore area. One thing I can say is that he's booked and busy. He's very booked and busy, and he is still nominated, and he has won so many awards. And I think that he is a vocal voice, or no, let me say this. How can I put it? He is really like the face of Quartet in that area, and I think that is awesome. So yeah, on tonight we're gonna all get to know who we all know as Little David and the
Famous boss lady.
What's up?
Oh, just trying to hold it in the road. Thanks for having me.
No problem. It's an honor for you to be on.
Yeah, it's a blessing to be here.
Okay. Hey, Josh. Hey, Pastor Bass. Pastor Bass, we're gonna get you on next week. Me and Bass, I don't know if you know him. Pastor Bass, the Delaware boys. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Have you ever
Heard of
heard of
them.
them before?
Yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get them into St. Louis. I'm trying. I'm gonna try my best, but yeah, I'm gonna talk to him next week. But Pastor Bass, I'll talk to you in the inbox soon. But so anyway, how you been doing today?
Oh, I've been doing great. Today was a wonderful day. Daddy just getting out of the way up here in Maryland, so we had a lot of rain for the past couple of days. So I think today was the last day of that. But other than that, I'm doing well in Baltimore.
Awesome. So I have some questions that I'm not gonna keep you long, okay? So anybody that's on here, can y'all please do me a favor and share this live? And if you have any questions, please make sure you put your questions in the comment area, and I will make sure that I ask Mr. David the questions that you have. And you guys already know the rules. We don't do any trolling, and we don't ask any personal questions, right? All right. So there we go. Okay, here we go. Mr. David. Can I call you Mr. David? Because I just don't like calling you Lil David.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
All right. Even though I know that's your stage name, I'm going to call you Mr. David. So, Mr. David, how did you first get started in Quartet?
Well, for me, it started at a early age. I'm gonna say around 3 or 4 or 5 years old. Opening up shows for my father, which was the Sensational Bells of Joy. They used to let me do my little one song. I would wear my coming bun and necktie, do my little one song, and get on out the way. Also traveling with them on the weekends, along with them and Little Cedric and the Haley Singers. They was on the same record label, which my brother at that time, he was at the record table, and he a little older than me, so he was learning the business at that time, and I was just traveling with him. Wasn't old enough to do some things, but just sit and watch. So that's pretty much was my introduction to Quartet. 4 or 5 years old, just standing backstage saying Casey, well, Lil Cedric and the Haley Singers do their thing. And as I got older, My father and the older group had some issues, as you know we all do, um, in this. And around 88, 89, he started a new group, which was David Harrison and the Bells of Joy, and just reached back and grabbed me and my brother, grabbed some youth, and my brother with the business knowledge, my father with the wisdom, and we just been building ever since.
Oh wow. So how many years can okay, so I don't know how old you are. So can we say you've been singing for 35, 40 years? Can we say that?
You can say over 35.
35? Okay, that's a long time though. That is a long time. Have you seen, since you've been singing for over 35 years in quartet, right? Just quartet, what changes or what differences have you seen since coming up in quartet? Have you seen from now and then?
I definitely seen a lot of changes, even in the technology. You coming from the reels, coming from album to 8 tracks, to CDs. Now we in the digital era. So you talking about four generations of technology so far as how to listen to music. Promoters have changed from the older days. Disc jockeys has changed from the older days to now. A lot of things now it's more internet based. Um, and even just just people have changed from the older style traditional way of doing things to how it's so modernized now. So things definitely change. You get that change from every about 5 to 7 to 17 years. You can expect a change in pretty much all areas of how we do things, how we used to do things, and how we need to do things. To stay relevant. So
Mhm.
change is always around the corner.
Okay. Cool. That's interesting because I've always, real honestly, coming up as a kid in quartet, my family had a quartet group, and they still do. Um, and I can agree with you. Like, music has, like, just the, I guess, the business aspect and also the social media. It has changed the music industry drastically, and to a certain degree, I don't know if it's for the good or for the bad, but we'll talk about that. We'll
Okay.
talk about that. Though. But in saying that, you have been nominated for a Stella how many times?
One, two, three. I want to say a couple times.
That was a pro move. David, that was a pro move.
A
When that,
couple
you
times.
know how many times he been nominated.
Couple times.
Let me just count them down. Okay, you sound like Michael Jordan when he had all them rings. He
Yeah.
knew how many rings he had.
It's a couple
Um,
times.
Yeah, but that's a great honor. Do you think that could be like one of the highest, I guess, awards in quartet that we can see today is the Stellas, or do we still try to shoot for the Grammys? Because you don't see too many of us in the Grammys.
I
I think
mean, anytime we get recognition from anywhere is I can put them on the same level.
uh-huh.
Recognition is just recognition. I appreciate those nominations and things like that, but um, my reward is just receiving it from God. I love the blessings that He's given me. I'm thankful for the opportunity and the chance that He's given me. But being recognized for those awards is just people recognize you as the work that you do out here, how hard you work, and I don't take that for granted. It is a blessing to be there. Everybody can't make it there, so to make it there a couple of times, that says a lot. And I'm just glad and I'm just blessed to be in the opportunity, just to be able to just give what I can give to the field while I can do it. Again, I have been doing it for a long time. My perspective of it is different from others. Me and my brother, we just love to work hard. We love what we do, and I think that's what really makes it easy for us. Is we really love what we do, not expecting anything else, but just to do the best we can, and hopefully we can come across to bless somebody and encourage somebody along their journey. And as long as I can bring something to Quartet Field, I'm gonna keep bringing it for as long as I can.
That's great. That's great because I mean, well, Tracy. Tracy, your brother, which is also your manager. Tracy said you guys been nominated 5 times, and that's huge.
Okay, sound about right.
That sound about right? Yeah. Okay, Tracy.
I mean,
I didn't know.
I really didn't know, but it sounds about right.
Really? You didn't know for
I mean, I knew it was somewhere around there. I didn't want to say, but that sounds about right.
David, let me find out you're trying to pull a pro move on me. I'm gonna get you.
Mhm.
But yeah, he said that you guys have been nominated 5 times, and that's huge. That really is huge. It's saying that how many albums have you guys came out with since you've been David, Little David, and the Bells of Joy? How many albums?
Since I've been Little David,
Mhm.
Daddy's Dream, Just in Time, Shake the Dust, We Were to Fly, five.
5 albums?
I think we got nine total.
Really? Okay. Out of a span of how many years? You say around 35 years?
No, we got nine total from 2000 to now.
Oh, really? From 2000 to now?
From 2000 to 2024, we have nine, and I'm currently working on another one now.
Man, y'all be working hard. I ain't gonna lie. Baby, you be working hard. And you know what? And in this genre, you really do have to work hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't be lazy
You know?
in this because there's so many groups that's coming up behind you and they want your place.
Right.
Like, so I get it. I get that, you busting your butt and making it happen, especially for the Baltimore area. Hey, everybody. Hey, Abronia. Hi, Pastor Burgess. So yeah, in saying all of that, man, and I guess, and I don't like it to be, I don't want it to sound personal, but I had the honor to do one of your itineraries, right? I did one of your itineraries, did the graphic work, and I was looking at all the dates that you have on your itinerary. Now, you just said that in the last 24 years, you guys had did 9 albums, released 9 projects, let's say that, 9 projects. And looking at your itinerary, we make a joke and say, man, you just booked and busy. How do little David find time to relax? How do little David find time to wind down? Because it looked like you're always on the go. Like I know this is your brand, and I know that you work hard, but what do you do in your spare time to kind of unwind from the quartet scenery?
So first, I have to give my brother my days a year in advance. I have to tell him, don't book nothing on this weekend. Don't book nothing on this weekend. We got family reunion this weekend. I want to take a family trip this weekend. So every year we sit down and we talk about, just some weekends that I just want to box off for family time. Um, Other than that, it's really no time off. I can just remember the times when we was just wishing that we could be busy, and I don't want to take that for granted either. When opportunity and chance come, we take it. I don't care when it is. Sometimes I be off and we get a call in the middle of the week. Hey, can you make it? Hey, call the guys if we can make it. We going to get it. The hustle don't stop. Definitely don't stop. We've been dreaming for a long time since we was young, younger kids, and I can honestly say I have lived my dream. Right now, we're just at a place where we just mostly enjoying each other and doing what we just love to do and dreamt about we was doing, wanted to do all our life. So again, it's not work for us. No, it's not work. So it's not like I go to work and I get tired of the work. I love to do this, so it makes it more easier to do. Now it does get complicated sometimes. I don't take the road as much as I used to. Them van rides is getting a little rougher, you know. So hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years we'll try to figure something out. But right now I still got a little gas in me.
Are you talking about retiring? Because that's what that
No,
sounds like.
I'm not talking about retiring. I'm just talking about just putting things in perspective.
Okay. Sound like a little retirement speech, but okay.
Not retiring. I just don't want to be as busy as I am now. I got 5 grandboys coming up. They playing ball.
Oh,
So I just, I missed a lot of time from my kids' life. Not being there, dreaming and singing every weekend. I miss graduations and stuff like that. And so I just want to just put some things in perspective. But I got time to figure it out. I'm
that
not
makes
going nowhere now. And I'm just gonna kind of pick
sense.
and choose some things.
It just kind of sounded like a Michael Jordan, like a year before he retired type of speech. So that's all. I was just wondering.
Well, no,
Because I was going to say you young. You're still young.
how you know?
You're not older than me
How you know?
because you're not. For one, I know how to do 35 plus 5. I know that ain't older than me.
Okay.
You older than me? If you are, you're not over 50. That's still young.
No, I'm not over 50.
Okay, then that's still young.
I'm not
You're
over.
still young. I think you got a lot more gas. I think you
I,
got gas.
I got a lot. I got a lot more gas.
Mhm.
I got a little bit more in me. So I'm just looking forward to what God has to offer, and I'm willing to accept whatever He has to offer. And again, long as I can give what I can give, and I can be relevant in what I'm doing, I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. You know.
Okay. Okay. My next question is since you've been on the road and since you have had an extensive quartet I guess history or been in the game for a long time, what can you say has been your high point, like where it has just blew your mind, even if it's an event, a concert? What was that one event that leaves a landmark for you as far as your high point?
Uh, I could say probably the 2012 blockbuster. That was a memorable moment. Even the ones I've done with my father, they was those blockbusters back then was those stages was pretty. They were some good stages to be on. Um, but each
Now, when you say that, what is that? Because a lot of us probably don't know what the blockbuster
well, the
is.
blockbuster at one point was probably one of the biggest shows of the year. It was held in Florence Civic Center, South Carolina. Mr. James Gamble was the founder of that. Um, I'm glad I got a chance to experience it with him. Um, so that was one of those things when you was growing up. If you wanted to make it, if once you made that blockbuster, you felt as though that was that time. Some of 5, 6, 7,000 people. That was a lot of people. Um, right now, it's hard to get that. So it's hard to get that. So yeah, that was definitely a good time for me. But each time I get a chance to minister is definitely a high point in my life because it could have been the other way. So I don't care if it's 10 people or I don't care if it's 10,000. I get up there and I try to do the best that I can do because even out there 10, somebody still needs you. Even out there 10,000, somebody still needs you. So that's my approach to every time I hit the stage. I just try to do the best I can. They said what comes from the heart reaches the heart, and that's just how I was taught and raised. So that's just me.
Okay, that's great. So, oh man, out of all the albums and the projects that you have, who has been your dominant or who has been the person that's been writing and producing your music? I have gotten a chance to listen to your music, and I just, I was kind of wondering, like, who's writing these songs?
The writing come from all different areas. It come from my father old songs that was redone. Um, some of the writing come from me. Randolph is Lee, which who wrote for Lord Cedric and the Haley Singers, the Singing Disciples. Uh, Doug Miller, he wrote for a lot of people. He just passed this year, and his goal with me, and I can remember us having this conversation was just to develop my own sound. So that was our goal, just to develop our own sound, and it took some time, and he was pretty good at that, and we worked on that for years. Worked on that for years. Um, I didn't want to try to be like my father because I can't. My dad was an awesome, awesome singer, and I just wanted to be myself. I didn't want nobody to compare me to him in that way. But if I could sing half as good as he could sing, I'd be a dynamic singer. Dad was really a powerful singer. But I just wanted to be myself and just give what I can give, genuinely and uniquely. Um, Not saying I wanted to be different. I just wanted to be myself. Um, so the writing came from just all over, three or four writers. Sometimes I would get some outside writers that would write a couple songs, but mostly the material was always Bells of Joy material and original writing.
Okay. And you know what? And I'm glad you mentioned your sound because your sound is different. How do you feel about when people say that that you attack quartet a little bit differently than everyone else attack a quartet? Because I mean, let's be honest, you are different, and there's nothing wrong with being different. But how do you feel about that? Like, what is your response to that?
I feel honored that you can separate yourself a little bit, even though we all do the same thing. Um, just separating yourself a little bit, creating a little lane for yourself a little bit, stand in your lane, um, and nobody can beat you at you being you. If I work good at the best I can work at being me, nobody can beat me at me being me. You might not like it, and I understand it. Everything ain't to be liked by everyone, so it's okay. It's just an opinion. It's not the end of the world. Um, but as you say, it's working because I'm booked and busy.
Okay. You are booked and busy. That's good though. That is really good. So since you've been in the game for so long, and like you said, you saw your father come up, and you started like 5 years old. What advice would you have for younger quartet that's coming up, and young men that's coming up? Last night I talked to Tammy Edwards, and she gave advice to the younger women that's coming up. But what advice would you have for the groups like Sent by God or Spiritual Soldiers or Men of Praise? Like these young groups, they're hitting big stages, but you have been around a very long time. So what advice would you give them?
Um, Everybody gets a turn. It's just what you do with that turn. Um, just remember on your way up, watch how you treat people, because you'll beat the same people on your way down. Um, Respect yourself as well as you should respect others. It don't cost nothing. You don't have to like a person just to give them what you expect them to give you. Um, I don't want to say stop thinking everything should be given to you now. I think that's just the time we in. Um, they want it now, and I think it'd be selfish for me to say that they have to do it the way that I did it, and it was 15, 20 years ago. But that old process of getting to where you need to be is just the old process. So it's a new process now. So they getting there a little faster. Um, so they want it now, and it's understandable. But I think you need to understand the business. I ain't gonna say know it, but just understand some things. Yes, it's about a dollar, but sometimes you got to find reason in that dollar. Understand your market, understand what you're trying to do with your group. If you never been to a place before, and you YouTube hot or you Facebook hot, sometimes you got to drop your price to get there to get what you need later. You can't just go there for that price. But hey, however they want to do it, it's fine. I get it.
Okay.
But if you want to stay busy, just stay affordable right now. Stay busy, stay affordable. When your time come, go for it.
Okay. Okay. So I got a question.
Got
Because I
on.
like this kind of carrying on. You know me. I've talked to you on the phone before, so you know this is my type
Mm-hmm.
of carrying on. So, so you were saying that a lot of these groups, which I am in total agreement with you, that a lot of these groups, they're getting the acknowledgement, and I hate to use the word fame, but they're getting the fame a lot faster than groups were when you guys was coming up. Do you? I hate to say, do you think it's fair? But like, what do you think about that? Because a lot of times they try to say like the older groups is just hating on the younger groups because saying because of social media has boosted them quicker than what would have happened for them because you guys had to do footwork and now they could just upload a video and they can go viral. Like, do you think that there's a difference or what do you think about that?
Well, back in those times, the market just was controlled by certain groups. Period. Like there was no getting in. I don't care how hot you was.
Wow.
Like
So you think the record label kind of had the iron claw on who they wanted to have the iron claw on?
it was just groups in general. Like just the older pioneer groups back then. They decided if they would let that young group in or that hot group in. You
Really?
know, yeah, I mean, if they told the promoter, "Hey, listen, don't book that group," they wouldn't book that group.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple of
They
times.
wouldn't book that group. That changed as time went on, Um, but now, that circle is broken, and it's just a little different because of the technology and time has changed. Only thing I would say is, I don't want to get into too much stuff, but just trying to use a prime example. If um you have Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin won $100,000, and
Mhm.
then you have the newer group. They want $75,000, but their resume is different from Kirk Franklin. So now it's up to the promoter to say, "Hey, is they worth it?" You can't say that you're worth it. I'm not saying anybody's not worth it, but you can't say that you're worth it just off of your first round of being hot. You got to just stay affordable, stay at it, and you're going to get you on the right track, but don't kill yourself coming out of the gate. Now, if you getting it, get it. You know, I'd rather get $25,000 for 52 weekends out of a year than to get $100,000 10 weekends out of a year. I'd rather stay busy. As long as you staying busy for the moment and you working, it's gonna go up. Just don't go so high where you just outprice yourself, you mess your momentum up, you sitting home a little bit more than when you really kind of should be out a little bit more. You know, that's just my theory on it. And I think the reason that we stay a little bit busy is because we is affordable. It ain't about what I think I deserve or what I could ask for. I just know it's not kind of suitable for the market and what's going on right now. We had COVID. You had to make adjustments to COVID. Like, we took a real big hit. So I just say, hey, let's just kind of stay affordable for people. And if you stay affordable and you can stay busy, plant some seeds, help some groups out. Even some groups that bring me, I try to bring them. Why? If they giving me the big money, why can't I throw them something sometimes?
Mhm. So okay, I'm glad you okay. So let me back up this a little bit because this is great. This is great dialogue. I would like to know if you are a younger group and you don't have an album out, right? You don't have an album out. You got a couple of good videos. Your name is spread across the country in the quartet community. How do you base what you are worth? Like how because sometimes a lot of groups out here they don't have a single out, they don't have they don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? But they have a name, you know what I'm saying? And maybe they can get butts in the seats. So is there an equation? Like, because I think some of these people just come up with numbers off the top of their head and just say, oh, we're gonna charge you 1,500, 3 rooms. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you come up with a number of what you should charge if you are a new and upcoming group?
Uh, That's a good question and a tough one. Um, if it was me, depends on the situation. There is a certain number you would try to get. I don't care where you go. You got to travel. You have gas. You just have an expense. Somebody has to have somebody. So you also have to look at it as an investment. Okay. So if I never been to St. Louis, I know what you're doing in St. Louis. Hey, boss lady, I need to get in St. Louis. Can you give me a promotional date? Promotional date just meaning, hey, I'm not asking my asking price. We can slash that in half, but I need to get there. When I get there, it's my job to do a good job, meet some other promoters, meet some other groups. Hopefully, I can get the book back, tack something on, and keep making my rounds. So when you just beginning, it's not about what you think you're worth. You have to invest in yourself from that point to get what you're worth.
That's good. That's good because a lot of I'm telling you, like I think you have some very, very, very valid points, and I wish a lot of more younger groups. I see some on here. I wish some younger groups was on here so they can hear this great advice because I don't think a lot of them have the mindset that you have to invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're going to take some losses. And I see Tanya Perry. She said that, you should charge what your expenses are. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a couple of dollars over,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, to put in your savings account because emergencies happens, and a lot of times people are not prepared for that. So what would you say to a young group that feels like I'm trying to not say they cheat themselves, but I don't think no one would ever get what they feel like they're worth, you know what I'm saying? But if they feel like I don't think that this is working out because I'm not getting paid what I should do. I mean, I'm not getting paid what we think we should do because we see a lot of that going on. Like, should they continue on or do you think they're doing it for the wrong reasons?
Doing it for the wrong reasons.
Got you.
Doing it for again, I can't lose no money if I'm doing. Only time you lose money is when you have to go to work and you don't like your job. This is not work for me. I love to do it, but I'm also smart enough to understand what it takes to get to a place. So the least I can do is try to cover that. Despite what I think I'm worth, even if I'm getting it or not, is a certain amount of expense that I have to take to get to a place. Now, if I never been to that place as an investment, I have to eat that. It's been places I just been. I'ma just hey, I'm coming. Your program already booked. I need to get in the area. I paid. I had gas. I had to talk to my team and say, hey, listen, there's nothing in it for us. We're not getting paid, but we need to get this area. And they gonna say, okay, I'm with it. I pay for the hotel room. We go there, we do a good job, we do the best we can, we network, try to meet some people, and then when that person say, "Hey, how much do you charge to come?" They don't know how much. They don't know I came for free.
Hmm.
They never seen me, so that's the person I'm gonna say, "Well, hey, I can come for X amount of dollars." So
Yeah.
you got to make a couple rounds before you can start charging people.
Yeah, that's good. Now let me say this. Tanya Perry, hey TT, I can look on her TT Perry. She said then make an extra at the promotional table. This is one thing that I see a lot of groups lacking is promotional tables, or even having promotional or marketing or anything. How important has that been for your brand? Because when I was in Augusta, I didn't know Tracy was Tracy
Mm.
when I came to Augusta, but I remember him sitting at a table with all of your product there. Because I mean, even though I didn't talk to Tracy, I saw him and I knew he was there. Um, How important is that for your brand and also for your group to have promotional items and a table every time you sing?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, even though we live in a digital era now, if you go to a place and the place has 500 people, you do an awesome job. You're not gonna go sit at your record table. You got people wanting to buy merch. You don't have it. So then you tell them, oh, it's on my digital outlets. All right, you get 99 cents off of that. I can get the we independent, right? So we sell all our projects is $15. We have 9 of them. I do one for 15, two for 20, three for 25. If you sit next to me and you saying your CDs is $15, and I'm saying Bells of Joy, one for 15, two for 20, three for 25. Wow, that's a deal. I can afford to do it because I'm just an independent label. He can't afford to do it, just hypothetically speaking, because they on Malico and they have to order their product. They got to order their pieces. So their pieces might be $6 to $7 per unit. Because Malico, I don't even want to say their name because I'm just speaking though. Because
I
they
know
have that company have to make something,
definitely think right.
So me getting my own stuff pressed up, I can afford to drop my stuff low. Only thing I want to do is just get rid of my product. Now, show go bad. You got to fall back on your table. Van breakdown. You can fall back on your table. So to me, that record tape CD is still selling. Now it's a small percentage, but give me that small percentage because it still adds up. It's not zero. No, it's not what it used to be because you got digital and USB right now. But people still buy CDs.
Yeah, because they try to say people not buying CDs, but I don't see the truth in it. People are still buying CDs.
I sell them. I guarantee you, I can do me a couple $100 on the table, and I'm okay with that. Because that's me and Brolo change.
Yeah.
you
I
know,
get that. And you know what? In saying that, this is another question because you was mentioning record labels. What is the difference that you would suggest? Because you were saying how you and your brother had learned the industry. What is the big difference between being independent and also being under a label? I'm going to tell you what I have heard. I have heard that being under a label, they do get your name out there, and they get your product out there. Like it's almost kind of like you sit back and they kind of do the work, but at the long run, you suffer. So I don't know if that's true or not. So maybe you can enlighten us because, like you said, you guys have your own label. You've been independent and you guys are doing all type of great things. So maybe you can inform everyone what is the difference between being under a label and also being independent.
um, when we did our first project, which was Breakthrough, it's in 2000. We shopped it around to the different record companies. They wanted to tie us up to a 10-year deal, that type of thing. My father said, "No, that's too long." Now you got to remember, my father just got out of a situation with the older group record company, tied up with the record company. My brother was along with him, saying those things with the record company. So we talking early '80s, mid '80s, going into the '90s of them already understanding how record companies is. We get to our second project, which is "Do You Really Love the Lord," which came around 2005. We shopped it around again. Couldn't land something that was acceptable. So now we're on our second project. So now we at 2007, about to invest in our third project. Do you think I would invest in the third project and give it to somebody and they take it all? So I said,
You mean
listen,
take it
man,
out? Do you mean take the rights, the
take,
catalog? Like,
take your catalog. They gonna take everything because they're gonna pick up the phone and say, hey, I got a group. I need because they got the connections now. They know the promoters. They know that part of the game. So only thing they gonna do is pick up the phone, call in their favors. They gonna get you busy. They gonna get you traveling. They gonna get you where you need to be. They gonna get that record played. But this is what you have to do. I need 70% of your publishing. I need 70% of your royalties. I need this. I need that. So how could you give up all of that and you already invested in two projects going into your third?
hmm,
So at that time, I said, listen, Dad, I said, after we do this project, we can't sell out. It's impossible to sell out. We gotta just keep going. So that's where the label came in, just came into play about being independent because we already invested in ourselves with two projects. We buying our own material.
yeah,
We know the business a little bit. My brother know the business a little bit. I'm just a little young. I'm just a little hot headed, but I mean, business minded. I understood a lot of things. So we did Inside Out, which is I Can't Give Up Now is on there as well. My brother was like, bro, we got to get this project done. We got to get this project done. And I'm saying to myself, why is he saying we got to get this project done? He was just in a rush. Make a long story short, we did the project, and I'm gonna say a couple months later, my father passed. We just took off. I've been more places after he passed. It seemed like while we was together, just for those years. Now again, I'm not a lead man. I got one song I would sing. I love singing in the background. You give me one song, it was all pop. So now I'm a front man. I don't know what to say to these people. I don't know how to be a front man. I don't know how to handle um, attitudes and personalities and people not having your money and like I didn't know how to handle these things, but I didn't have a choice, so I had to learn fast. So after the Inside Out project, we did Daddy's Dream. We came back and did Daddy's Dream. That was a tribute to him. Then we came back and did Just in Time, and we just kept it going. We kept it going. But the not to get off the topic, but the best thing about being independent in a company is you get everything that you invested your money into. Why pay somebody else just to pick up the phone and talk to people when you can talk to people? Don't be that big to where as though you want to pay somebody to talk to somebody that you can talk to.
oh wow,
I own the masters.
okay,
I get 100% of my royalties. I get 100% of my publishing. Even
mm,
though it's not nothing, it's my nothing.
gotcha.
You shouldn't invest in yourself and give up your stuff and your material because you want it that bad to let somebody else handle your business when all you have to do is just talk to the people yourself.
Mm, mm.
And independent is an investment. You're not going to see it in the first 5 years.
Oh wow,
You're not going to see it in the first 10 years. You might not see it in the first 15 years. You might not see it at all. That's not the point. The point is, it's yours.
it's yours. Makes sense. It makes sense. I got it. That makes a lot of sense because we hear a lot of horror stories from record labels and how people get stuck in record labels
They get
forever.
stuck, don't they?
Yeah, they get
You,
stuck.
you'll go into it thinking it's cool, and then you didn't read the fine print, and you don't see the loophole.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta know the loophole, the tie-up.
Yeah.
You gotta get somebody to speak that language. Always get your contract and send it out to a couple people. Take it to the lawyer. Tell them read over it.
Yeah. Especially when you hide and popping.
Yeah.
When you hide and popping, yeah.
It's easy to start your own though.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Hey,
Mm,
Boss Lady Records, LLC. Man, don't nobody know you don't have no money. So what?
mm-hmm.
Copyright the stuff first. They ain't gotta know you broke.
Right.
You start with your name. Then when you go cut your project, let's just say you spent 5,000. Okay, whoever, and this a little jewel. Whoever pays for the studio session owns the master.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. Now wait a minute. This is the first time I ever heard that.
Yeah,
Is this a golden rule or is this how it go?
I'm just telling you. You can give me the money for it, but if I pay for it and get the receipt of that of what I paid for, I own the master.
I ain't never heard that. I'm serious. I'm serious, David. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Even if you didn't write the music, even though you didn't produce anything, if you just paid for the
I,
studio
I,
time
I
to
pay,
own the masters,
yeah, I own the master
how?
because I paid for it.
You paid for the studio time.
I paid, so the master is mine.
I ain't never heard of that. But you know, I'm not saying I know everything, but that's interesting.
Okay. Check into it.
Yeah,
If I'm wrong, I apologize.
huh?
I said, if I'm wrong, I will apologize.
I mean, I believe you know what you're talking about, but I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, I own the master now. When we talk about the percentages of the songs, you will get all of that type stuff, but the master is mine.
So the masters is like having your catalog, right?
Yeah, the master. Yeah, the
Own the
master.
catalog.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Hold on, let me see what TT Perry talking about. She said it has to be understood because a lot of producers have artists sign agreements that they have no clue about, signing their life away. What? What? Look, DL said that's how Puffy did his artist. That is crazy.
yeah.
Golly, I learn something every time I'm on this show. This is like, man. So, hold on. Pastor Durrell Bass said, "You right because I own the masters from pain."
Yep. I'm gonna learn you something today.
Oh, you already did, sir. You already did, and a lot of us that's on here too. So you telling me, okay? Let me just make sure. So even if it's not my own money, but I go and pay for the studio time, even though I didn't write the music, didn't produce it, I'm not singing, I'm not doing nothing, but just paying for the studio time. That give me ownership of the song.
Yeah, of that project. What if you go to court? What they gonna say? Who paid for it? Right here go my receipt. Right.
Yeah. I about done. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How many of y'all knew that? Did y'all know that? Because I might just be tripping. But that's good for people to know that because a lot of folks always hit in the studios and say, oh, we're gonna lay some tracks, we're gonna do this and do that, and not realizing that they might be giving up the rights to their song if they don't physically pay for it themselves and get a receipt.
Yep.
David, I can't stand you. Why? Why? Okay. Oh my God. This is crazy. Okay. Oh my God. What TT Perry talking about? And let me say, I say TT Perry because her boys be talking and be saying that they can't stand for females to call their mama Mama Perry. I don't want none of her boys, so I call her TT Perry. She said, yes, ma'am. Folks call me crying all the time. I be like, wait, you got to pay me for a consult. No joke. But that's true though.
Listen,
Yeah.
information is not free. What people have obtained and learned or went through to obtain that. If I give it to you, I'm just giving it to you because I want to give it to you. But if you call me and you need to know some things, a good business person is gonna say, well, if you want to speak to me, then hey, it'll be $100 an hour. You can ask me whatever you want.
Ooh.
Why should I talk to you and give you my knowledge for free?
Right, when I had to pay for it or learn on my own.
I had to go through it on my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
So respect me enough just to say, hey, can I pay you for some of your time? And let me say, no, you ain't got to pay me, but I'll meet up and I'll talk to you. Everybody ain't trying to charge you, make no money off.
Right.
But just don't think somebody's supposed to give you something, especially when it comes down to some knowledge where you can take that and go make some money. And then when you make your billion, you won't even call me and say, hey, thank you. Here goes some money. So give me mine up front.
Hey, Belle. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Abronia Scott said, yep, the same thing goes for live recordings. That's how my uncle got. Shaking my head. Ooh. Man, this has been some good information. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, this has been great. I love it. And man, we've been on here, and I try not to keep people more than an hour. I try not. So I'm gonna have to have you come on for part 2.
Sure. Anytime.
You for real, David.
Anytime you need me, you just give me a call. You know I'll be there.
Let me read some of these comments. DL said studios, videos, photo shoots, all of those are recovered expenses. Yeah, I think I knew that. But that paying for studio time causes you to own the match. So that's how these labels. Ooh, so that's how these labels be getting all of these artists.
Yeah, you got to pay that back.
Front the money. They front all the money, and then they recoup at the end, but they do it with interest.
And if you can't pay it back, and you just can't pay it back. And if you pay it, they're gonna pay you. They're gonna charge you double or triple.
Yes. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be the market rate. It ain't gonna be the wholesale price.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna add some on top of that. Some that usually cost $1, they're gonna charge you $3. But that's how they make money though.
Yep.
Hey, Jamel from St. Louis. Jamel said, I learned that from the past. Man. And you know what the sad thing is? A lot of our quartet artists have to, a lot of them come in not knowing a lot of this stuff. So they wind up being victims of a lot of, I hate to use the word victims, but it kind of go back to the word that for a lack of knowledge, my people perish. And I think that it comes from that a lot of times we go into these contracts, go into these deals, and not really understanding the language of it and not understanding how the process works. And just you telling me this right here to me was just golden, because now I it has unlocked something in my mind. Like I just didn't understand certain things, but now I'm getting it.
Yeah. They give you a 5-year 3-project deal. You'll do the 2 projects. Your 5 years is up, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you think happened to that 3rd project?
It be put on hold.
It ain't about put on hold. You still owe it.
But what if you owe it and they don't want to release it to keep you in the contract though?
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put it in the bank.
I kind of figured it. We're gonna have to talk again, David. I promise you, we're gonna have to talk again. Because I don't want to hold you because we've been on here for man. Don't this hour be going by so fast?
You can hold me as long as you want to hold.
But this is good. This is so educational. So I think that so when you guys were introduced to some contracts from big labels or whatever, did you guys actually take it to an entertainment lawyer? And if you did, was it expensive? Because a lot of groups feel like it's too expensive to go to an entertainment lawyer.
It wasn't that expensive, but it was worth it. What is $1,000, $1,500 compared to losing all of your publishing and your royalties for the next 10, 15 years? Like,
yeah,
you can't put that price on that.
Yeah. So it's so worth it. It really is worth it.
But again, Gospel Pearl Records, which was ran by Mr. Leonard Moyer, rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was a smart businessman. Timmy Moore, awesome guitar player. My brother, all of them were students of Mr. Leonard Moyer. So my brother learned from one of the best that was in the game at an early age of knowing how to do business, um, knowing what to expect, how to do things. So they was cut from a different type of cloth business wise. That's why he worked the way he worked. That's why he think the way he think. That's why his vision is the way it is because a lot of people don't do that. You know, they don't do that. He go to sleep thinking about it. He wake up thinking about it 24/7, how to get his group in a good position, how to sell his group, how to protect his group. The hustle is just real, you know. And again, I don't have the best group. I don't claim to be the best group. I know I don't have the best band, best background. I'm not the best singer. But you better be able to hustle.
Yeah, because really the industry is probably 90% business and 10% like talent.
Yeah.
Seriously. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Jamel. So Jamel, man, this is really good, and I love this conversation. Jamel Rayner from St. Louis, he said, I was with Four Clouds for years and didn't know about this stuff and got over it.
Yeah. Well,
I think a lot of groups have that testimony.
yeah. We'll see. He sold. Well, I don't even want to talk about certain things, but he sold,
Okay.
he sold the vision of something else, and when they didn't know it, and he threw the name around, they jumped on it, not knowing it was something different from what was being actually told. And then went out and got all the groups, and it was good. It was good for a lot of those groups. You had a lot of things, a lot of good groups that came out of that situation. But what they had to go through, I'm not gonna say it wasn't fair or was fair. It's just the nature of the business. You live and you learn. You take that experience and you go into the next phase, thinking different. You should have learned something. Again, get your own. It don't cost nothing.
Mhm.
It really don't. You know.
Oh wow.
Never been on another label, and I've never sung with another group. Never.
So in so many words, it really is worth just kind of staying independent,
Yeah,
work your butt off.
yeah,
So it's better to say that I own it, and
yeah,
then because it's almost like owning a house and renting a house kind of thing.
yeah. Or leasing something. It
At
ain't
least
yours.
it's not. It'll never be
It
yours.
ain't never be yours. You putting all that money in. You pay for it a month, then it's gone.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, that's good. Oh, hey, Elaine and my sister Val, everybody on here, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying not to be so long.
Hey.
You see what I'm saying? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is easy. What you talking about?
Huh?
He said good morning.
Cause she rude.
Mm.
She rude. Special guest. You are not. No, David is my special guest. You just somebody in the house. See what I go through? You see what I go through?
Mm.
Oh my God, this has been so much. I know Tracy ain't charging $400 an hour. Tracy, $400 an hour.
He just talk. He just talking trash now.
I was going to say I need to find out what Tracy doing.
He just-
Oh wow, this has been great. This has really been great. Have you ever thought about mentoring?
Um, I I I I do talk to a lot of people. I'm kind of like a behind the scenes person. Um, Me and my brother do a lot, but we don't broadcast kind of just what we do for people. It's kind of that type of thing. But I talk to people. I don't want nobody out there to feel like they can't never walk up to me and ask me anything based off of just how you think I look. Just is just me. Um, I'm very, very kind-hearted, loving, caring. I do anything for you, but I ain't gonna do nothing to hurt you. Um, if you need some help, hey, pick up the phone and call us. If you need to get into Baltimore, hey, pick up the phone and call me.
I
I
want to come
do.
to Baltimore.
Well, you coming? You be here.
I know, I was just afraid.
You be here.
I'll be there. When is it? When am I coming?
Uh,
October?
second Sunday in October, we will be having the World Series of Gospel.
Yes. Before we get into the World Series of Gospel, we do have a question because I do want to talk about that. And I love the name of World Series of Gospel. E. Maurice, which we call Eric Kersey, he said, if you have to give a label 3 albums, how long can that contract tie you up?
Well, like I say, it can be a 5-year contract with 3 projects. So you got to think about it. All right, you do one project, it's going to take them 2 years to promote the first one. You do your second project, it take another 2 years, with maybe a year in between. That's your 5 years right there. But you still owe another project. So you really ain't got time to do no 3 projects in 5 years.
Isn't that too much though?
But if you sign it,
That's too much. Like 3 projects in 5 years, it really don't give one project time to catch wind. You know what I'm saying? It almost take a year or 2 before it kind of for real hit
right?
the air or stuff. You
And
know what I'm saying?
then you're gonna get that second one out. By the time it come to get that third one, you out of your contract, but you still owe a project under your contractual agreement. So that's the one that go in the bank. And they're gonna wait for you to go to another label, let them invest in you, pump your CD out, and then as soon as they drop that one, they're gonna drop that one on top of it.
So is that the reason why we see a lot of albums getting pulled off of social media, digital outlets? We see a lot of projects getting pulled because of that reason.
Yeah, of course.
Oh wow. Jamel said, yep, I did 3 year with an option. I ain't never heard nobody been getting an option, but okay.
Option to leave or stay.
The option to leave or stay. Whether you give them all the projects that you're signed up for, right?
Yeah, if you like what they do for you, you stay. If you don't like it, you can leave. But I still got that project on it that I might not never drop.
So, okay, question. Bing, bing, bing. So, let's say that you give them the 2 projects and you still owe them a 3rd project. And you say, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do the 3rd project, right? So, and then you decide to go with Blue Wind, somebody, whatever. So, what you're saying is
Can't.
you can't.
No.
Okay, I heard this. I heard people say that what if you change your name? Instead of saying Little David, you could say David and the Bells of Joy. It's not the same.
It depends on what's on your contract.
So you could change your name, right?
You can.
And start over.
But so you gonna give up something that took you 25 years to build? 20
What
years to build?
if you just want to get out that contract though?
Why not just give them this project?
What if the label refused to do another album right now? What if they keep saying it's not time yet and just hold you forever and won't let you do the 3rd project? Because I've seen that.
They can't hold you from doing it. They can just hold it from putting it out.
So,
So you give them the 3rd project just to say it's completed.
okay.
I'm done. You got your project. If you want to release it, release it. If you don't want to release it, fine. But you can't prevent me from going into the studio to get it to you.
Okay. So as long as you record it, you gave them that 3rd album.
I gave them the 3rd project.
Whether they release it or not.
Whether they release it or not, I can go about my business now. You got your project.
So I'm not. Yeah, David. I don't get that. Why a lot of these groups are not just giving them what these folks asking for, but okay.
You can't keep me out of the studio after my contractual agreement is up for 5 years and don't give me a chance to give you what my contract say that I have to give. You wouldn't win in court with that. I'm
Okay.
willing to give it to you, but you don't want to record me.
Okay.
You
It's
can't
like
hold
holding you hostage for real.
me hostage like that.
Yeah.
But I can give you the third project, and if you decide not to put it out, that's on you. But I
Okay.
gave it to you. Now I can go and do something else.
Oh, wow.
But you can't hold me out like that.
Okay. Yeah, I got you too. DL said Tupac got smart and did a double album to fulfill his obligation, but his expenses wasn't paid back. So even if he did a double album and he prepaid for it, that means he still owned his masters in. But he gave them the record that they asked for. Is that what you're saying, DL?
Well, he had to he had, he did the double album, even though he paid for it, but the company is it still would be the company's because it's under their label. They will have to work out the logistics of the percentages of the songs, however that go. But yeah, just give them the project.
So I got another question, David. When you sign with these record labels, they own your name also?
Yes.
Oh, Marvin Johnson said the singing disciples went through that. Good God.
Yeah.
Listen, we need to take classes.
That's my bros from Baltimore. They was on the same record label with my father and Lil David and the Haley Singers, so he knows firsthand.
Yeah, he just said they went through that. That's crazy. Oh my God, DJ Hardcore Radio, the Doctor. Oh, okay, is watching. Hey, how you doing, DJ Hardcore? Going back to the ownership of the name and changing your name, Tracy said, which is your manager, and I didn't even get the chance to talk about Tracy. We've been on her. He said you have to change at least one letter to make the name different.
Yep. Prime example.
Okay.
Little Cedric and the Haley Singers.
Gotcha.
The record company owned Little Cedric and the Haley Singers name, right?
Right.
So he had to change it to KC. He can't use Cedric.
Oh wow. So anything that Little Haley make money off of, whether it's YouTube, streaming, any hard products that sold, the record company still owns that.
Yeah.
So the only way that he could come from up underneath that contract is if he changed his name.
Correct.
I think this is going to be some great information for a lot of groups that's stuck in some contracts that they cannot get out of. Because a lot of these groups are stuck in bogus contracts that they know that they stuck in and don't have the rights to anything. But like you said, I mean, there's 50-50. Like you can go back, give them what they're asking for. So if you give them what they're asking for, do that mean that you can get the masters and the ownership of your products? Or do they still
they have to order from that company. So they will never own the masters. I will still have to order from that company. I can order from them all day long. They will still get a percentage of your publishing and your royalties forever. So yeah, that's what you give up.
Yeah, so I think it's so much information out here, especially with the internet, that a lot of things you just don't have to go through. And learning this between the difference between independent and also a record label has really changed my view on a lot of stuff. And I think this is a great conversation. I think this is great. I hate, man, and I don't want to keep you on here so long because it's a Friday night. You know how it is. Man, y'all, if y'all have a question, I'm giving y'all about 2-3 minutes to put your question in because obviously David is giving us some nuggets. He's really giving us some nuggets. And while you guys are typing your question in, this is what I'm going to ask next. Tracy, I have had an honor to become friends with Tracy. I know Tracy is a very, very hard worker, and he works hard for the brand, a Lil David brand. I would like to know What advice would you give to a group? How important it is to have a manager slash booking manager? Because we see a lot of people just have their cousins or their family book for them, but don't really know the business of it. Like, how important is it? Or let me change that question. What should you look for in having a great booking manager? What like what criteria should they look for?
Um, well, you have to have some networking skills. You definitely have to know some people. Just saying you have a booking manager and somebody who's actually getting you the bookings is two different things. We ran into a problem, not a problem, but we had a booking manager, but we was booking more than he was booking. The same people he knew, we knew. So do you need him? No, no. You can have 10 booking managers. They just get paid off of what they book. But if they not bringing the bookings in, is they a good booking manager? Or, is the product kind of I don't want to say worth being booked, but you also have to have something for somebody to want to book as well. Um, but a booking manager is hard to come by. A good one is definitely hard to come by. It really is. Like I say, I'm just blessed to have him as my booking manager and my brother. So um, a lot of things I don't do. Uh, I can't tell you where I be at in the next 3 weeks. You ask him, he know where we at to the end of next year.
Yeah,
It's,
great to be on it now. I have to give it to him.
it's just how it goes. It ain't that I don't care. I don't look that far down the line like I used to, um, and I don't have to. I don't talk to a lot of people. He talks to 'em. I don't talk to a lot of disc jockeys, promoters. He talks to 'em. I talk to some, but I go to sleep at night. I ain't got to worry about how we get into a certain place. I mean, that's his job. I let him do his job. My job is to sing, and I just try to do my job. He try to do his job, and that's where we meet at.
Okay, I have a question. This is a good question. This is from Jacqueline. Hey, she asks, should the manager and booking manager be the same person, or should they be separate entities?
They can be the same person, or they can be separate. Because you might have a booking manager that can manage, and then you might have a manager that can book, and then you might have one that can do both. I'm like this. Always pick from the best in anything you do. Pick from the best. I want the best person in a position to do the job so I can get the best results.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. She said she appreciate that. I have another question from Eric Kersey. He said, "What happens to the royalties you don't get because you're not registered?"
You don't
Oh,
get them because you're not registered.
so who get them?
You don't get them.
But who get them though?
They don't go nowhere. I mean, they
It's
just
just
don't get.
money sitting out there.
Yeah, it's just pointless. So, your paperwork is definitely always important. I'm gonna give you another jewel. If you are a company, you can register with BMI and ASCAP. If you are a artist, you can only register with one or the other. So if you register yourself as a company,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to get BMI and ASCAP.
So you can register yourself as your own record label,
Yeah,
and you can register.
with both.
That's good. I like that. I hope y'all taking notes on here because, bro, you would have to pay for this information anywhere else. I'm just being honest. You have to pay for this, baby. Let me see. I know it was another question somewhere. Well, it's not a question, but Abronia said, Boss Lady, the Thompson Community Singers had to change their name because of the late Reverend Milton Bronson's wife.
Yeah.
Because she owned all of that.
Yeah.
So,
And I think was they on Gospel Pearl Records? I think they was on Gospel Pearl Records. Milton Brunson.
mhm.
Yeah, I think they was on Gospel Pearl too.
Oh, wow.
The Mighty
Tracy,
Supreme Voices, which is the Texas Boys, was on Gospel Pearl Record.
mm, I don't know. I don't know. Tracy said BMI pays 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was a good statement. Joshua Richardson, he just asked, are you guys going to put the music back up online that got pulled off of Little David? I don't, I don't know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about?
Actually, I don't. I didn't know something got pulled off.
Josh, what you talking about, Josh? Be a little bit detailed in there because I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay. Be a little detailed in your question, okay, so we can get your question answered. Hey, Mark. Um, Bo, he said, I'm glad my group trusts me and I don't expect a dime and definitely network. That's cool. All right. Do we have any? Okay, we got some more questions. All right, y'all. Look, everybody got questions. Let's see. Michael English, he said, do you think groups play and sing for the love of the Lord or for money? This is DJ Hardcore Radio, the doctor of quartet music.
Both.
I could agree. I think it's for both.
Both.
I think so. I think so. I think that's a good answer. Oh, wow. David, we're going to do this again.
Okay.
We're going to do this again, David. I learned so much, and this was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, man. So,
Thanks for having
David, you said I can have it. Okay. So, tell us a little bit about the World Series of Gospel. Is it World Series of Gospel?
World Series of Gospel is the second week in October. We're going into our fourth year of the theme of World Series of Gospel. Normally it would just be the regular Lil David and the Bells of Joy anniversary. But we wanted to do something different. So we're doing a World Series of Gospel. We do 2 days. We do Saturday and we do Sunday. Saturday we have Slim Supreme Angels. We have the McDuffies. We have Zion, along with some other groups. That's Saturday. And Sunday, we have Willie Banks and the Messenger. We have Doc McKenzie and the Highlights. We got the Gospel Legends. We got Tammy Edwards. We got Tyrese Hall. We have New Vision. We have Pastor Bobby Cohen, Kenny Davis, and Melody Ayers. So I don't want to leave nobody out, but we're looking for everybody to come out and wear their baseball attire, whether it's baseball jerseys. It definitely has been turning up with the dress. People has been getting into the spirit of the World Series things and doing things.
I'm trying to find me a sequence jersey.
Well, all you gotta do is go online and type it in. I'm pretty sure it's
I want mine to say Boss Lady, and I want it to be a St. Louis Cardinals jersey.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what some people wear and we're gonna be adding some things to the environment this year to have to do with baseball and I'm definitely looking forward to meeting some new people and seeing some new faces in the place and hopefully they enjoy the experience for the first time of being in Baltimore for the World Series of Gospel.
I think it's gonna be fun. I think Josh was Josh. Let me go back. Josh wasn't talking about your music. So Josh said he meant to say, are they going to put music back online that got pulled off of other artists? I guess when other artists put up music, he's asking, will they put
if they didn't own if they got pulled down, they probably pulled it down because they they had the right to pull it down. So that's just a way of hurting the artist because they wasn't on the same page.
Wow. Man, you guys could really go into a mentor or counseling because I promise you, man, a lot of these groups that you see that was just on this live, where all of them were saying, man, that happened to me. We went through that. I know a group that went through that. And I just think that a lot of these labels are really making money off of people ignorance. And not saying it in a really bad way, but because people don't know. So they are making money off of them like that. So, oh Lord. Hey y'all. They so my folks so loud. I'm so sorry. But yeah, David, we're gonna get you back on. And
Okay.
I would love to get a platform and probably get Tracy on here next time. Tracy, you gonna come on here next time? Get Tracy on here also. I think this has been a great interview. I would have to honestly say one of my best because I love information and I love that he was just freely able to tell the people, the things, the difference of things that a lot of people probably just didn't know.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. So thank you so much, David. If somebody would like to book you, who do they need to get in contact? And can you give them their telephone number?
Well, you can get in contact with Tracy Merritt via Facebook. Um, Phone number is 443-810-6365. Or you can reach out to me, David Shenard Merritt. My phone number is 504-505-7113. And if you missed either one of those numbers, you can reach out to Boss Lady, and I'm pretty sure she'll point you in the right direction.
Oh, why do y'all do me like that? I'm gonna call Tracy. Tracy,
Long,
somebody call me. Here's their number, Tracy.
long you make the connection, we good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much, David. But yeah, I'm gonna call you after this though. I'm
Okay.
gonna call you and David. Is you and Tracy in the same spot? No.
No, I'm home and he's home.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll be waiting for you.
Okay, yeah, it's all good. All right, then. Well, thank you so much, Tracy. I mean, not Tracy. David, is there anything you want to say before you go?
I just want to say I thank everybody and I appreciate everybody that support Lord David and the Bells of Joy down through the years. Thank you for your prayers. Always keep me in prayer because I definitely need it. And I just want to say thank you, Boss Lady Quartet, for having Lord David and the Bells of Joy on your platform. I really appreciate it, and I think you have a wonderful show. And
Thank you.
I can't wait to get back on here again.
No problem. I'm gonna have you back. I'm most definitely gonna have you back. Okay. All right, thank you, David. I'm gonna call you shortly. So
Okay.
don't go nowhere.
All right.
All right, talk to you later.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, that's so freaking cool. Like seriously, like who show can you go on and get information like that? Like that right there has opened my understanding to a great extent. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That opened my understanding, and yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you guys just not logging on, I would suggest you go back and listen to this live, especially if you have a record label or you trying to figure out what's your next move for your group. This is a good show to go back and look at. I promise you. I think he gave you guys some golden nuggets and some jewels, man, that you can really take and build off of, and also warn other people, whether you got a group or not. Let them know, hey, have you thought about this? Or have you thought about that? And I think that is wonderful, man. I think we should all be helpers of one another, and we don't want to see everybody fall into the same dish because just looking at the comments and looking at all of the groups that came in and said that they went through that and that they was a victim of that, I think that is a huge testament that we sign things and not understand the verbiage or the language or the definition of what we're signing and the long-term consequences of them. So I think it's, yeah, I love information. Let me just stop. But anyway, all right, you guys, I am about to log off. And when I log off, I'm going to sit and let you guys see another video of Mr. David, Lil David and the Bells of Joy. Okay. All right. I love you guys. And next week I got a whole nother lineup. I'm not sure. I know I'm gonna have Pastor David Bass on here from the Delaware Boys. You guys probably never heard of David Bass, But yeah, he got a good group. I want you guys to hear him. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you, and y'all be safe.
Working on me, you working on me, working on me. This time I lift up my hand, I give praise to the name. He's cleaning me up. He's cleaning me up. He's cleaning me up. He's cleaning me up. You know he's cleaning me up from the inside, from the inside.
He's cleaning me up from the inside out. When they say that you're not good enough, just look up towards heaven and say these words right here. Listen. Lord, I'm down here in this simple old world, trying to do the best I can. But Lord, give a little rough sometimes. Sometimes I need helping hand. So I go down on my knees and pray. I know the Lord, He'll make a way. Lord, I can't give up now. Listen. When your family have all turned and walked away from you, and all your loved ones are passing, gone. Just go live, go on to me. If you pray, if you pray, if you pray, if you pray.